manager likes stories to be leaked. But I have to confirm, Adrian has reported he is homesick. The information leaked from the club is correct. He hasn't put anything in writing as yet, but the feeling is he would like to return to Spain. I've had a brief chat with him, and he's just unsure. But we will be arranging a meeting to sit down with his agent, his people, and obviously our people, to see if we can thrash out a deal to keep him at the club. Adrian is an integral part to the team. He's an integral part of the jigsaw for the future puzzle that lies ahead. He's important to me. He's been so good this season. I want him to build upon that. I want him to win trophies with us. We'll just have to see. Unfortunately, that is football. Hello, welcome, Devil Sniper here, and today I am bringing you episode number 26 of our career mode with West Ham United. We're starting off with an away game to Everton, and as you can see, Everton starting off brightly, having a bit of a crack, but Barkley goes in a little bit hard on our boy Downing, and we are awarded a free kick, but the ball with Krezers, spreading the play out to Mullen. Mullen feeding the ball into Matthews. Matthews cutting the ball inside into Chiarte. Chiarte with a nice back heel into Downing. Downing turns, knocks it into Noble. Noble with the dink. Carroll with the volley. 1-0 to the mighty West Ham. Come on, boys. And you've got to say it. You've got to take your hat off to Andy Carroll. When he's on fire, he is just unbelievably unplayable. Watch the replay. Watch his little movement. He gives himself 5 yards. Bang. There's the 5 yards. He knows that he can turn because he knows that Mark Noble is going to stick the ball on a bloody platter for him to smash home, which he duly does. Why can't he play like this week in, week out? He has to be the most frustrating professional football player on the planet. 1 minute he's injured, the next minute he's playing, but he just has no form. If he could play like this week in, week out, he would score an absolute abundance of goals. But it has to be said, the dink over the top from Mark Noble, oh my days, that was purely and utterly sublime. But all it really done, to be honest, was spark Everton into life. But you can see Adrian there with an absolutely massive save. Fantastic save. The ball was moving at some speed, but he's got strong wrists and big hands. That was a fantastic save. But Everton really did start coming flying at us. But look at Mark Noble doing a fantastic defensive job and being cheeky, knocking the ball into Matthews as we take the George Michael with playing the ball out at the back. Absolutely sensational. But it is Everton yet again on the attack, going down the wings, swings the ball in. Somehow, I have no idea how you can even physically do it. I don't even think it works in the world of physics. Lukaku controls the ball with his head. He cushioned it with his head. It's ridiculous. Chest control, I take it. The ball's above his head, so how he got the ball to stop and drop like that and then bounce up for him to header, I honestly do not know. But it is guttering. Absolutely guttering. On the brink of half-time, to concede a goal like that really is just guttering. We had a good first half. We controlled a lot of the first half. Some really good possession play. Everton had the odd chance, you know, a little bit of a 50-50 chance, I suppose you could call it, if you're being kind, but nothing really clear-cut. And to concede a goal like that was just, it was just one of those things. I decided to take Mullen off at half-time. He was feeling a little bit under the weather. Didn't particularly have the best game of his life. Feeling a little bit under his weather. And I decided to bring on Davy K. But Downing with a huge opportunity that is just wasted. And again, we do it. We create these opportunities. We get in fantastic positions. And we just waste the opportunities. We're just not clinical enough when it comes to finishing in front of the goal. And that really is frustrating. Everton's probably arguably best chance in the first part of the second half there. A bit of a cross to the back post, but he was a good 12 yards away and had no chance of really getting on the end of that and causing any issues. I decided to bring our boy on Valencia. I was hoping in the last sort of 15-20 minutes, utilise his pace, get him in behind, and hopefully he could nick us the 3 points. Chiarte with the ball into Valencia. Valencia into the box, and unfortunately the left foot shot just lacked the prowess required to stick it in the back of the net, which was a great shame. But down with a beautiful ball into Klassen. Klassen feeds it on into Valencia. Valencia into the box. Valencia onto the post, and how did Coleman clear that for Everton? Unbelievable defensive play. You have to take your hat off and say, well done, fella. That was utterly sublime. But Noble, in the dying seconds, feeds the ball into Davy K. Davy K unleashes, but unfortunately on this occasion, it's just over the bar, which was a real shame. The game was concluded with a 1-1 scoreline, and I'm still flabbergasted by that Lukaku goal. And I have to give the man of the match to Andy Carroll. Yes, big AC. God damn it, if he could play like that week in, week out, he would be utterly phenomenal. He just frustrates the absolute living crap out of me, unfortunately. He really does frustrate me. The second game of the episode is a home game against Newcastle. In goal we go with Bentley, then Chambers, Reedy, Collins, O'Brien, Chiarte, Klassen, Noble, Downing, Valencia, Mbolo. On the bench we have Bastos, Sacco, Carroll, Adrian, Poulsen, Mullen and Poyet. Mullen has recovered from his illness. He just basically had a bit of a tummy upset. Nothing too serious, but I didn't want to risk him playing him in the second half against Everton, so I made the logical decision at the end of the day to take him off, and he's absolutely gravy, which is fantastic. You've got to protect your youngsters in this day and age. You've got to protect them. Newcastle come out the brighter. Chiarte with a nice little ball inside to Sissoko. Sissoko playing some nice football. The ball comes to Anita, and how he missed that, I do not know. He had a bit more time than I think he realised, but thankfully, the Russian linesman is back at the bowling, which we love. We love to see the Russian linesman. He's done us some favours this season, but Newcastle really were coming out through throttle. Absolutely full throttles, but Mbolo picking up that ball, trying to launch a counter-attack, just running at the Newcastle players. They're backing off. Allows him to play the ball into Valencia. Valencia with the ball over the top into Mbolo. Mbolo with the strike. Mbolo with the goal. And that has to go down with one of the slickest moves this season. Mbolo has been absolute rever-bloody-lation at times. He really has for such a young player. And the ball by Valencia was just utterly pinpoint. If that was Mark Noble, we would all be bowing at his feet saying you are a god, which we know he is a Cockney genius and should be playing for England, not only in career mode but in real life. But that's something completely and utterly different as Newcastle launched an attack. And Bentley, did he get a hand to that? I don't think he did get a hand to that, but that was a great effort by Newcastle. And you can see Newcastle literally dominating the first half, really going for it possession-wise and having a crack at us. We did go in at half-time with that 1-0 lead, thanks to that emphatic finish by Mbolo. That move was just brilliant. Newcastle backed off, allowed him to run onto him, and the ball by Valencia. Oh, I could talk about that all day long. But Newcastle, Gutierrez on that left-hand side, trying to swing a cross in. Going for the fake cross, then puts the cross in, and it's easy to clear. And we pick it up with Valencia, bombing forward. Newcastle committed quite a few players forward there. Could be susceptible to the counter-attack. And the referee stops the game with a Newcastle player down. Anita has gone down. But Jesus Christ, it's a 3-on-2 situation. Why the referee has stopped that game, I do not know. It's an utter disgrace. And that could have led to us conceding a goal. We could have literally scored a goal. But what can you do? The referee is a complete muppet. It's that simple. So I decided to make a couple of changes. You can see, bought on Downing, bought on Mullin. Obviously took off the big man AC. Or did I bring big man on? I bought the big man on, I think. I can't remember. I think I bought the big man on. And of course, I took Mbolo off. He had a great game. No, of course, I took Downing off. What am I talking about? Of course I know that. But it was Newcastle really having a crack. And the shot, well, can you call that a shot? That's disgraceful. Not even weird that bad. But again, Chiarte picking up that ball, knocking it out to left-hand side into Sissoko. Sissoko plays inside into De Jong. Some nice trickery. Has the shot, but he fires that just over the bar. That was a great opportunity for De Jong there. But I do believe Bentley had that covered, and he is absolutely sensational. The referee does blow that final whistle, and we do take the game 1-0. I'm very disappointed with the refereeing decision to call the game back when we had that counter-attack going. That really is poor refereeing. Of course, man of the match for me has to be Winnie Reid. You wouldn't have seen some of the great work he'd done. The reason why Newcastle didn't score was predominantly through Reedy being absolutely solid as a bloody rock, and of course, Bentley in goal doing his bits and pieces. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you later.
Rain man, so many people have my back, with the Asian, white and black, so I can never really give a fuck who hates me. I made it with a little bit of trust, with a little bit of luck, with a little bit of fuck you pay me. I gotta be, I swear.